Hey, what's up guys? I hope you're all fine. Technician back with the first video of season 3, and I know I'm late because I was labbing new move and I thought maybe we can't see the vision of developers after 1 year. They gave us this, but I'm really sorry. They do not know how to make Steve move on alongside with the game and how to make this game because their choice itself it says that they do not know this character. Trust me. Because I'll prove you already know at first layer, lose the turn, we like to move on, we have other stuff to do, why would do that, right? And it's a high move they can duck. But on the top of that, you already have a way stronger buffed move already existed. That shows, and I'll prove it, they do not know we already have that move, why to give this move. And if you ask any Steve player, they will say, nah, it's not a good move. So we'll discuss two things today. First, new changes, of course, you have seen, but alongside with that, I'll teach you how to make game style a little bit, give you a pinch. Then, of course, I'll prove that why you should not use this move, and I'll give you another move which I've been using. I don't know about the other Steve players, I've been using this a lot, and we already have in both right and left weave, and I'll prove through 2-3 points that don't use this move, alright? Maybe out of 10 times at one specific point, which I'll share a technique with you, you can convert into combo. So without further ado, let's start one by one. So Steve is a character that likes to play on the ground, right? So stay on feet, switch multiple stances, and stay in frames and frame trap. He doesn't have good punishment tools while standing that's knocked on the opponents. Like you have so many characters, Lars, Jin, so many characters that do 10 frame punishment, and either it will wall splat or it will knock down. And the only punishment Steve at 15 frames, people do launch here, but Steve knocked down, which is really bad. So this means you have to stay on the ground and switch stances. So as they said in the patch notes, Steve is a character who fires by switching between multiple stances such as ducking left, right, LionHeart, but the move that they give does opposite to that. It loses turn. Number one, on block it's -9. Maybe because of -9 you can sometimes use these traps. If because of new moves someone try to do high thing at you like we used to do here, both are -9. But this move, we thought that this would increase game style, but it does the opposite. So at first it's -9. Second, if we hit them, right, it's +8. Like this, back 1 to +8. But all I can see one game style which is down back 3-2. Right, and against girls and at tip range this also not good. And one thing we have now is QCF2 because they don't duck against Steve, but this is a risky move to throw. And number 3, which is the most important point, because in counter this state, which they said it will wall splat, and now is the point that I will teach you that we already have that move. First, I'll show you that this move doesn't work quite good. There are so many points I've tested. You have to commit to this move instantly, but at so many points it doesn't work. Things which catch you. We'll see examples. Then I'll share a buffed move already existed that is way better than this. Let's see the examples now. Normally, when you do flicker options and you try to go weave out, people like to do 1-1 jab because they want to stop your flicker options, right? And sometimes they do 1 to avoid this power crush and they duck and launch you. But problem is, when you try to commit on this move, right, weave right into 1+2, either it will connect like that or you will not be successful. Since we already know some character has really good hitboxes, good tracking, just like Javelin, if you use the same example and try to do this counter, again this weird thing would gonna happen, which Siemens would irritate. And second, most of time, like 90%, Javelin gonna win. Now, let's talk about the move that I've been talking about, which is weave right into forward taking forward 2, right? This move is way better even without counter, in counter, near wall, the smoothness, the comfortability, because this move forces you to go into deep weave right, right? Deep weave right means you'll evade almost every attack if placed on perfect frames. For example, this is -3, this is -1, and this is 0. So different situation. Now on block, if you see this move, -9. This move +5 into LionHeart, which means you're mix-up now, right? So 14 frame becomes 9, no one will jab you. On hit, if you use this move, this doesn't give you anything, +8, and this will give you confirm heat engager. And if you have already heat engager, this means this +21 in your hands, which means if you do 18 frame move after that, no one will move, right? You'll get the counter. Without counter, look near wall. What this move is giving you is a wall splat, right? And if you don't have, heat, you can already have that wall splat, right? Into big damage. Of course. This is bro. So if you see in counter, this move is like that. And this one gives you full combo, right? And if you place this move at our same examples, this move will win. And I'll show you how. The first example with Devil Jin that we were looking at, that Devil Jin 1-1 track good because we were doing instant options, right? But this move forces you to go weave right. You cannot do instantly, right? You have to go weave right into forward decking. This becomes smooth. So this into that, right? And above that, that move was giving you counter. This move gives you full combo. If you see the same Kaza example, that 1-1, after that you try to do instantly, sometimes you miss forward too, which feels irritating because of the situation. And if you try to go a little late, then they win, right? So it's not reliable. But if you try the other option, which is already existed, because of this move that forced you to go into deep right, then throw this move. If you do instantly, this would not come out. So because of this option, how it's designed, it connects really well. And above that, when I was playing, I saw that some people try to get their turn back because they can activate the heat and use this move, right? If you do this move instantly like that, either because of good hitbox, they will connect a punch, or like Brian good hitbox, Claudio, etc. But again, this move is like that. But if you see the move that I've been using, that works really well. Because of its right wave and the timing, it connects really well. Another thing, if you see, they're gonna get the turn back and they activate the heat. So instead of doing forward 3, forward 2, like that, you can turn your forward 3, forward 2 into down forward 2. Because game gives you time, right at this moment. You can turn your forward into down forward to make it as a launcher. So this is a really good move. You can choose other option if you like. So way good options. As I told you, there's one point where you can convert this new move into launcher if you have heat and specific angle, which is near wall. If you do this, you can do 1+2, a little dash. If you're near, you can pick up, but a little dash will work too, right? So you can convert this into full combo. Also, the change of Power Crush can also do this, right? So you can convert both of these into heat dash combos. Talking about Power Crush, I think this change is good because I don't like to force myself to go into activation of heat, right? I want to save for other good purposes. It's a good change for me, I think. You have confirmed grenade follow-up, and if you're near, you can do up to increase the game style. Okay, setup. 3 points less, but you will increase the game style. But if you have, this range, it would not work. So keep in mind. I think it's a good change. Another thing which they change about Steve is its PKB down to move. You can do down back to cancel this move, right? So you can hit confirm this by doing this fake out into alternate 1-2. You have so much time to do this move. So it's a good change. You can increase game style if they get used to this thing, right? You can increase in the form of peekaboo. You can cancel and do grabs, both 1+2 and 2+4. And you can also do 2 fake outs at a time if you have good timing, right? So it's a good thing. I think it's a good change. Another thing which they changed about Steve is flicker options. Flicker moves 1-1 down 1 and all moves used to jail, but now it doesn't. After one move, they can duck. But people saying this is not a good change. It is. Trust me. Why? Steve main would want you to react. Okay? So if Kaze is doing a twin piston, which is the fastest wall standing punish in this game, which gives you launcher 13 frame, right? So if they are ducking after that, have you tested that Flicker 1 has really good hitbox, right? So you can do this, you can one and wait for the turn. If they duck instantly, you can do that, or you can wait, nothing gonna happen, right? You do this, they're not gonna launch you because Flicker gonna save you, right? Or you can delay after that. So even after 2 moves, you can again throw it. So it's a good change. Other moves of Steve, they got better. I think they need to reduce this tracking of so many moves. So 1+2 tracking is down, which means you have to place it perfectly. Okay, 2-1 tracking becomes, they say that, it's good. We'll see in hands-on hit and etc. So then QC one, the change that I like the most in this patch, they say Steve is tough, maybe in aspect of playing is tough, maybe handling, I don't know. But right now, if we compare with other characters, it's a minor change, right? People have so many good thing instances, but for Steve, if you're in LionHeart now, you can do 2 new things. One, you can do Albatross 3+4. Two, you can do up for 1+2 to do this grab, right? So this into that is a grab now, right? Why did this psychology is, at first you have 3 moves, that 3 types of moves, which I give in coaching session, that you can increase game style like that. Frames is everything when it comes to Steve and Tekken. So this gives you +5, this gives you +3, and this gives you -6, right? We used to do back 1-2, and our 14 frame was 11. People used to do 1-1-2 here easily. Either they could duck or they could do 1-1-2. But now, if you do this grab, this becomes frame trap, because if you stay under 10, you win almost every time, right? Other options that you one time in a match. So this 12 frame, because of +3, becomes 9. So this is really good. So above that, if you hit them, this gives them more option to duck, right? If you try to go for grabs. So it's a good change. And if they hold back, you can increase the game style into Alberto's options, which I think is a really good change. Okay, these are some changes of Steve, but if you ask me, I would never improve Steve in that way. Why? You don't need to give new moves. You already have so many good moves which you can make them work in better way. For example, you have PKB D2, right? So it's an evasive move, so it doesn't work. What if you do back 1+4? You don't have anything here, and this move comes out. To make it work, make it more interesting. Like so many players have evasive move, as you see now, Fang like that. And if you have that and you're not properly utilizing it, it's a waste. Okay, and above that, you can increase QCF2 game style. And one thing which I like to give Steve is -15 frame punish. Fang players, they like to mash down back 3, down back 3. What if you're in wall standing condition, you do down back 1+2 or 1-2, anything that is -15, either it knockdown or wall splat. You don't have anything at -15, bro. You don't have 15 frame launcher, you don't have -15 frame punishment. What you are doing? So increase game style in that way, which is way better than giving a new emojis. And if I forget anything, do let me know in the down comments below. And do not forget to join Discord. Okay, I've been training so many Steve players. The only goal of this channel is to improve Steve, guys. I've really good knowledge. I'm old player. I've trained with Aslan Ash, Atibat, Manchodri. Atibat is like 10 minutes away from me. I live in Legends, alright? So I do other tasks. People ask me, why don't you join tournaments and blah blah blah. I used to do, but I'm busy in my professional life. So what good knowledge I have, I want to share and improve you guys. I don't know for how long I'm with you, maybe 1 year, maybe 2. But whatever you got right now in front of you, like, subscribe, do join Discord, and meet you in the next video. Till then, take out, take care, bye bye.